Well, I'm going to show you how to take this weather stripping off, and I'm going to show you that while this door edge is drying. I just showed you how to do that if you saw that previous video, and before I flip the door around. So while I'm waiting for that to dry, and it won't take very long, I can start working on this. One of the things I need to do on this door jamb, I'm going to be repainting this entire door jamb. So I have to take this this weather stripping off. Okay, how do you take that off? Well, it fits in a groove. It's kind of slick. I usually take a stiff putty knife and I'll put it in this edge and just twist out like that. Okay. Sometimes you may have to work at it a little bit more when you're taking that out, and if they put this in when this edge was still wet. Okay. Now look at that. There's a screw. There's a screw right there that I'm going to have to sink in. And this door was sagging previous, and I tried to fix it by putting these two screws into the jamb or into the hinge, not where the hinge screws were, but right up in here. And that screw, I can push that in, and that's going to help. That's going to help too. But see, sometimes when you take this out, you don't necessarily want to rip it out, but sometimes you can just grab it. You can just grab it and start pulling. I'm trying to figure out where to get you, so I'm not going to be in your way. Okay. See, if it's starting to come out, I can just gently pull away from it. See, like that. I've seen some people just take it like this and rip it out. Well, if you're trying to save this, or if there's some paint edge on there, maybe you don't want to do that. It didn't take much longer just to go ahead and take it out with your fingers. Okay, you do it however you want. Now, if I was going to resave this, I would know where it went. I could put a piece of masking tape on there, put R for right side, put L on the other side for left side, or whatever, and knowing that they'll fit exactly where they fit before. But I'm not going to reuse these because they've got paint all over them. See that? Forget it. And I'm going to get this stuff here is like 17 years old, so it's lost a little bit of its bend because it's so old. I'll get a better weather stripping tightness on the door if I install brand new, and that's what I'm going to do. If you wanted, you could take some paint thinner or something to clean this off, some goof off, whatever. Wipe all this paint off if you didn't want to replace it. But these don't cost that much. I think they're like $4, $4.50 for one piece, let's say. So that I'm not gonna reuse. And it seems as though I'm right here. I might as well just tighten up those two screws before I forget. See, they put their installation screws here, and that was kind of slick too. If you're installing a door jamb like this, you could put them fairly close to this edge, knowing that the weather stripping is going to cover. Then you don't have to putty them up or anything. Because lots of times people will put them out here, you know, depending where it is. Then you have to cover them up. Let me just see. Boy. Oh, I had it going in reverse. This one. All right, it's not really going to do much because I've already got these in there, but it's okay. It'll still be fine. I got this pretty much adjusted. This door used to be sagging, and I fixed it while I was doing all my door repairs earlier, you know. And I did, incidentally, before you paint doors, you want to go around and make sure they're hanging properly and they're not sagging or they don't need to be adjusted, because maybe it's a good time to do that before you paint your doors, depending. Because especially if your door is sagging and hitting the edge of your door jamb, obviously you don't want to take the door out and then paint, put the door right back up. Guess what's going to happen? The edge of your door is going to keep wearing off the paint. It's going to wear off the paint on here and your door edge and all that kind of stuff. Fix that stuff as you go before you paint. Okay? I'm just using my putty knife to get it started, and it seems to be coming off really nice, see? All right. And I wonder if I have you zoomed out all the way. I guess I do. This one was cut. Whoever installed it cut it short, and that kind of thing. I'm going to end up throwing those away. And now I've got the one at the top to take off, right? So I'll just get my putty knife in there, get it started, and just kind of wiggle the putty knife back and forth to get it out of there. And whatever you got to do to get it off. And I know they installed that top one first, and then they cut the side ones to fit it, and that's how I have to do the new ones. And when you buy the new ones at the store, it cracks me up. They sell you 7-foot long pieces, okay? And here's my new pieces. And so, of course, for the top piece, even though it's only 3 feet I need, I had to buy a 7-footer. Of course, they don't sell 3.5-footers, but that's okay. I figure, you know, the top one, I only need 3 feet, and so it's 7 feet. I got a 4-foot piece left. I'll just save it for next time I need to replace a top piece or something like that. I've got a 4-foot piece. Or if something's short somewhere on a door jamb, I've got a 4-foot piece that I can use that with, you know, cut a little piece off and that sort of thing. You see what I'm saying? Okay. See how they installed the door frame? Isn't that kind of slick? They put the insulation screws right in there, and they probably have some face screws over here. I can't imagine them just using these 3 screws to install this whole door frame. But who knows? Maybe they did, because this door jamb or this door threshold is part of holding this together, and they might have just installed this with 3 screws. I don't know. I don't think they did, but they could have, because then this door casing would have held this side after they put a straight edge on this side when they were installing it, right? And then when they nail the casing on, then they can nail it over here, and that would hold this. This casing would actually hold this over here. So who knows? I might have just found a new way to install these big door jambs, because see, usually they'll come in one big piece like that, and this threshold is nailed or stapled underneath the edge of this all along there, and that holds that all together. Then you kind of just slip that whole door up there in place, pre-hung, leave the door off, put it in, reinstall the door, and adjust it, do whatever you got to do at that point, or whatever. You know what I mean? However you want to work it. But okay, so now I got that out. I'm gonna go ahead and put masking tape on there. I'll put masking tape on there, and then I'll take a little razor knife and score around that. Okay, and then the masking tape will just be on that, right there, and on the edge of the door, on this edge, on this piece here. You see what I mean? And so I'll do that too. And okay, so I'm going to let that dry just a little bit longer, not a whole lot, but you see all the black stuff here? This is all from the hinges, and this mark here, and that up there. In any of this discoloration stuff, it could be a lot of dirt and rubbing of this thing going back and forth. See right in there? Some of that stuff can come off. And I'll take these off and work on that, clean that up. And I could start sanding on this if I need to. And when I get ready, and I know that this door is plenty dry on this edge, and it will be, it's slightly tacky, but see, nothing's coming off on my fingers. it'll be fine here in the next few minutes. And then I'll get back in on the painting, okay? So I'm just gonna have to keep aware of that and keep working on this a little bit longer while that paint dries. Okay, that's gonna turn out nice. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos. I hope to see you again, and I'll show you some more on these doors and beyond. I still got some other things to do at this condo renovation, so keep watching the episodes.